Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what's going on out there today, wherever you are, as you tune in, either on, where are we? I guess we're all over the place. I guess we're on YouTube. We're iTunes, we're other places, audio sources where you can listen to the Gold Ball Hunting Podcast. I'm Brent Abel, that is Jeff Jacklich, and again, from a little different venue than what's normal, out there in Pontiac, Michigan. Jeff just got out there a couple days ago. As we're recording this, is a Tuesday, but you got out there on a Sunday, and you've had about, 48 hours, maybe even less than that, to kind of settle in, kind of get a lay of the land, and get settled in. So that's cool, Jeff. Well, listen, guys, before we get started on today's topic, one quick thing is Jeff and I are offering a free private coaching call. The three of us get on the phone. It's a conference call, three-way call. It's private, no one else, just three of us. And we want to help you kind of maybe not 100% solve, but at least put you on the path to figuring out that one thing in your game right now, whether it's stroke technique, whether it's strategies, tactics, singles or doubles, or maybe something to do with the old noggin here that's maybe getting in the way of you actually performing at your best. What we really want to help you do is reduce your skill level range so that you know every day when you go out there, you know how you're going to play on that day. It's not one day where you go out and play great. Hey, honey, I got this game figured out. Okay. And she knows. And she's just going to wait until tomorrow. And you play the next day and you lay a big egg. And so you have this big skill level range, right? One day good, one day not so great. Go home and she kind of looks at you and go, not so great, huh? No,
awkward silence.
It wasn't good.
Awkward silence when you walk in the door.
Anyway, so we want to help you with that one thing. It's kind of like the big domino. We help you solve that one thing, and all the other little things kind of start to go away. So the way to get on that free private coaching call with me and Jeff, and it's only 10 minutes, so we got to really get down to business early in the call. Go over to goldballhunting.com, drop in a first name and email address, and you will get access to our online calendar scheduler where you, not us, but you get to pick the date and time that works best for you. We're available for you. And then we'll get on that call. So, Jeff, listen, man.
I'm gonna jump in real quick here, too, and say, in the last, 2.5 weeks or so, 3 weeks actually, in prepping to get out here, I've been a little derelict in jumping on and responding to YouTube comments. And so I'm going to be jumping in this week and getting back to everybody because we like to make sure everybody gets a response and gets an answer. So I apologize for the slow response currently, but I'm actually in a place now that I'll be at for the next 5 months. I have a refrigerator. I have indoor plumbing. It's a beautiful thing.
Electricity.
And I will be getting back to you now. Okay.
Yeah.
So.
Well, as a good partner, I've got you covered. So I've been checking in with the folks, and they are getting some response, but they also love to hear from you, Jeffrey. So anyway, listen. So one of the things that you and I talk about in our private coaching webinars, right, with our students, not the coaching calls, but the actual private webinars, one-on-ones, is a term called trending, and trending is very popular now. It's a big social media thing. It's in so many areas. It's kind of a buzzword now, trending. And we, especially you actually bring up the word trending in this one area of our coaching webinars. And what is that? And to me, it could mean so many different things in tennis, right? But typically, what's the reason that you use the word trending in our coaching webinars?
Primarily, we use it a lot when we talk about monitoring and adjusting, watching your own ball. And so as a kind of a basic term, trending in the different areas of tennis itself is, are you aware of what you're actually producing so that you can make an adjustment? So the first in monitor and adjust is, are you aware of what effect your ball is having? It's irrelevant what you intended to do with the ball. That's a little piece of it. I was intending to do this. but what actually happened to the ball? I didn't hit the high roller I was expecting, though. I was hoping to land within 2-3 feet of the baseline. I came up a little quick with the stroke. That's what it felt like. The ball lands just inside the service line, kind of sat up. I got away with the first one because I hit it hard enough. It carried to the baseline. But I gotta monitor that ball and know the second I hit it, I'm seeing where it's landing. My next ball, I better make sure that it gets a little deeper in the court because I'm going to get away with one probably, depending on who I'm playing. I'm going to get away with one short ball, and then I need to make sure the next ball I deliver is a little deeper. It's got a little more authority on it. Whatever shape of the ball I choose to decide to make the adjustment with is up to you. But we've got to see those things, and so that's why I like to use trending. What are you trending? I went from 2 feet inside the baseline to 4 feet inside the baseline to the service line. I got 3 balls now, and I'm slowly asking my opponent to come in.
Yeah.
Right? Ball by ball. And so are you actually aware of what you're producing so that you can monitor it and make an adjustment?
Yeah. Well, look, I mean, it sounds to me, if you use like that 3-ball scenario that you just described, from 4 feet to 6 feet, now you're hitting balls inside the service line. It's that typically most players get a little tighter as the point goes on. And you can sort of look at almost, if you could measure it in breathing patterns, right? So they stop breathing as the point goes on. And what happens, things get tighter and tighter and tighter. And so one thing you could
the breathing gets shorter and shorter and shorter,
or it gets none. There's no breath. You're just holding your breath as you're playing.
Right.
So I would say one thing to monitor would be tension, right?
Yeah,
so
without a doubt.
It would be one thing. Well, like you were saying, I'm getting shorter and shorter and shorter. That might mean, well, let's raise the next one. Let's raise the next shot a little bit higher over the top of the net, without figuring out how to do it stroke technique wise, but just do it, right? There's no magic formula to it. But one thing to monitor is during the point is, do you feel yourself getting tighter and tighter? And that means literally gripping the racket tighter and tighter and tighter as the point goes on, as you get deeper into the rally. And if that's the case, then start monitoring that and start adjusting to go, I need to be relaxed here. Yeah, I'm going right back up the line with this third ball, but I'm going to monitor grip tension, or I'm going to monitor just feeling, I want to feel more relaxed. And I think that's
exhale at contact.
Absolutely. So
the exhale, and the reason everybody, that is so important, and it doesn't mean you're grunting, it just means you're exhaling. Exhaling means that you're going to have to inhale. So which means you're going to take a breath. And I know that sounds silly, but Brent and I have coached a lot of people, a lot of club players as well as national players, and all of a sudden you realize, gosh, this guy's a great player, and he's still holding his breath for the entire point. He can't figure out why he can't go 7 or 8 shots deep into a point.
Right. Yeah.
So whatever it might be. So that is just a good kind of something to monitor is, are you exhaling when you make contact?
Yeah. I think the other thing too, in terms of trending, which really is based on monitoring and adjusting, is we get in the warm up sometimes. I used to do this. I don't do this anymore because I've got enough experience to realize that just because I have a crappy warm up in the match is no indication that I'm going to play crappy in the match, right?
Right.
So I think one thing that a lot of players do, and I certainly used to do this, would be I would get a little panicky in that warm-up if I wasn't hitting one of my shots just right. Oh, my God, I don't have my forehand today. And so then you go out in the first couple of games, you've sort of convinced yourself you don't, and you miss a couple, and now you convince yourself even more. So really you're trending towards convincing yourself and talking yourself into with the self-talk more and more and more. You're trending toward completely taking yourself out of the match, and you've got to be able to monitor and adjust that. And like I said, I've had some of the worst warm-ups in the history of, actually a couple times I've said to my guy, I said, I'm sorry, man, I'm sorry. And and they always go, it's no big deal. And then you
can't feed an overhead, right?
Right. and then you go, and then in the match, of course, you can't miss a lob in the match. So Anyway, well, that's good, Jeff. Listen, so
Yeah.
guys, just know that the trending in our world, in the gold ball hunting world, is really related to monitoring and adjusting. And I think sometimes the way you use it a lot of times is this ball is 4 feet, the second ball is 2 feet over the net, and that third ball just clips the net. Well, you're trending during and getting lower and lower, and so you got to be able to monitor that. And I think the most important thing is a lot of players think about adjusting is, all right, well, what do I have to do technique-wise to adjust to keep it at 4 feet? There's no technique needed. It's just athletic.
Nope.
It's just athletic ability, and we're not saying
you're going to reshape the shot. And I think everybody listening probably understands that term. You're shaping the shot. Do you want it to be a high roller? Do you want it to be linear? Do you want it to be something in between? And so if you can just imagine the arc, the shape of the shot you want to hit, and then athletically let your body respond. And most of the time,
it works. Yeah,
it works.
Yeah,
you're gonna solve that. God, there was something else I wanted to mention. I think it had to do with the warm up. Like in the warm up, if I find that I'm a little bit, a little tensiony and that kind of thing, I'll try that first game. And I just don't worry about whether I win or lose the first game or even the second game. I just don't worry about it. So I'll force myself to kind of maybe overhit a little bit just to allow myself the freedom to swing and just feel the return and kind of like, there we go. Okay. First one hit the fence, because they're trending here too. First one hit the fence. Second one was only 5 feet past the baseline. Third one was now an inch past the baseline. Well, now I'm trending. I'm starting to find the court now. I'm going to start finding the court. And so it's not always from inside out. Sometimes it's the reverse of that, depending on what tension you're battling.
Just finding your range. You're just finding your range. Yeah.
Just finding my range. Right.
Yeah, good. All right. Listen, good. Jeff, good stuff. As always there, dude. Guys, again, we want to get you on a free private coaching call, 3-way call with you, me, and Jeff. Go over to goldballhunting.com. Put in your first name, email address, click the button, and you'll get access to our online calendar scheduler where you can cherry pick the date and time that works ideally for your itinerary on that particular day. So, Jeff, it is your moment in the sun to ask the folks to please reciprocate.
Well, I wish it was sunny here. We had a little rain last night, but it's coming. Okay. I've seen the long-range forecast. It's coming. But we'd like you to.
July
2020. It's coming. Like us, share us, please subscribe. Let us know what you think down below.
And guys, Jeff is really serious about this. We would love for you to, especially on iTunes or whatever audio. Not that we're saying we don't care on YouTube, because we do, but we would love for you on the iTunes, especially, is to rate us. And I think there's 5 stars. And yeah, if you feel like a 5-star is worthy of us, why not? And leave us a comment, because it really does help us extend our reach to other tennis players out there in the ethernets, wherever they may be, the interwebs. So guys, get out there today, help someone else have a spectacular day, and we'll do this again tomorrow, Jeff.
I can't wait.
Rain or shine.
Rain or shine. It's happening.